I want to ask you to get started and share with us. When did you start to play futsal? What positions you played? Your experience as a player, and then we'll move into the coaching stuff. So the floor is yours.
So I was start to play futsal very long time, when I was 8 years, like goalkeeper, because in my country in Spain it's very normal play futsal and football. But my decision when I was 8 years old is play futsal like goalkeeper. I start to play like a kids in one academy in Spain. Is very very normal. Football had soccer and futsal also together. After I go to the different age, I play in second division like goalkeeper and maybe 10 teams around of the Spain. And after my decision is training kids. I mean, when I was player, at the same moment I training kids also. But my decision when 32 years old, finish my career like player, because all my brain think in coaching, futsal. I take my titles in the Spanish Federation. I had now a UEFA Pro license. I was studying 4 years, like a coach, like preparate, in the psychology, technique, tactic, direction of the team, mentality, many things in Spain is very popular. It's 4 years. I had 4 titles in futsal. It's very normal here. And after my experience starting in the last team, I was a goalkeeper. After finish, I start like coach. And after in different teams, maybe the more popular team is Inter Movistar. Is very, very famous team around the world. Is the club. I had this very good opportunity one season with them. And after my decision is go up, I was training in Russia, in England, in Peru, in Korea, and the last country in Indonesia. So my experience 20 years ago is like professional coach in this sport. This is my passion. Futsal for me is everything, and I am very happy now to be with you in this webinar. And of course, I hope see you and all the kids on December with GES Sport and LFMS, a national league in Spain, in this important camp for me in your country.
We can't wait to have you here, that's for sure. So how long have you been coaching futsal? What are some of the clubs that you've coached? I know that you coach with Inter Movistar. So talk about that a little bit, your experience as a futsal coach, the level, maybe some of the players that you've coached throughout the years. And how you've applied all the coaching futsal stuff that you've talked about, the benefits into their soccer careers or into the soccer game.
Of course, for me, the experience is totally, I was start with kids, maybe 15 years training kids. And after I training champion of the world in Spain, in Brazil, very important player, Schumacher, Matias, Joan, very important player, work with Spain, with Brazil, with Argentina, champion in World Cup. And for me, my sport, futsal, can help soccer a lot of. In Spain, it's very normal. Also, I had one project to help the players soccer and play futsal and improve and grow in technique, in tactic, in mentality, play in a small space. I had a lot of tasks, a lot of movement, a lot of situation. I think futsal can help soccer a lot of. This is my experience. And of course, my idea is when I can go your academy, training with the kids, and in these 3 days, tell them, which is possible, improve and grow in futsal, and after in soccer, take this movement, this pass, this control of the ball with the soul. I think futsal can help soccer a lot of.
In the other countries that you've coached, do you have some players that have gone on to play at a high level, futsal or soccer?
Yeah, of course. Of course. I think we were speaking before about the Asia. In Asia is very normal also. And we had many players very famous, Ronaldinho, Neymar, Iniesta, Messi. They start play futsal when they were kids, and after they arrived in the top level. In my experience in the country, for example, in Russia, my first country living out of Spain, in Russia, they understand if the kids start in futsal, after they gonna grow and improve in soccer. Because in futsal, they play in a small space, they receive press very, very, very fast. They must decide very fast with the brain. They must think, they must use the age, they must movement the neck, In Russia, understand this, and after Russia national team in football is very important in Europe, For example, in Asia, in my last country, in Korea also, in Korea now, the project federation is they gonna training 2 days soccer and 1 day futsal during the week. So the same player use the ball, for example, soccer, and after a small ball in futsal, and they're gonna take much better technique. Why? Because they use soul in football, in soccer, is not normal use the soul. For example, Andrés Iniesta, maybe the best player in Spain in our history, or Xavi, they use the soul every time because they start to play futsal. And the soul permit control the ball when you receive. If you control the ball, you had good control and after good decision to give the next pass, In Asia, they are working like this, training 2 days soccer and 1 day futsal, the same thing. Put in my experience in England, for example, 2014 and 15 years, they training Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham. All the Saturday, they training futsal. The kids during the week training football, soccer, and on Saturday training futsal. Why? Because the coach training with me and, see the situation, the task, the movement is very important. Possession of the body is very important. It's like in basketball, for example. Of course, basketball and handball, they use the hands. But in futsal, it's very important body position, very important. If you receive in very good position, you're gonna keep time, In our sport in futsal, the kids must know 2 things is important: space and time. Space and time. Space and time. If you win space and time, you're gonna play much more. You're gonna think very fast, and you're gonna be much better player than your rival because your brain, this space is small, you're gonna decide very fast. This is my methodology. This is my training, because my training is by concept. It's not about the system. It's not, no, this is the system. No, concept. For example, feint, block in our sport is very popular. Block, feint, this feint is very important. Feint the body before you receive the ball is very important. Possession of the body when this body possession is very important. If you receive in very good, you see the another goal, your attack much better. It's like in defense. Position of the body is very important to defend, If you stay far, your possession is different. If you stay near. So my methodology is training like concept. And the kids learn concepts. This is our methodology with time I think the kids gonna improve a lot of.
I think that's going to be a very good experience for the kids, because one of the things that we've noticed here in America, at least myself as a director of the academy and participating in different futsal leagues, even the higher level futsal tournaments, a lot of teams that clubs that call themselves futsal clubs, when they come to play, there is no futsal being played. It's soccer. It's soccer on a basketball courts. There is the methodologies that you just discussed, the concepts, there isn't there. So they running up and down the court as they were playing soccer. They do not understand, the concepts of, you just said, space, time, 1v1s, feinting, where are you going to receive the ball, how are you going to receive the ball, your body, the transition between offense and defense, the quick transitions, you lose the ball, quickly transition and get the ball, knowing when to slow the game down and when to quickly look for a transition counter goal. Everything is soccer, which again, when you're playing in a small futsal court, it becomes more difficult to play soccer. You have to adjust. So I think these are the things that, and this is what I want you to talk about a little bit. Coming to America, what should parents expect to see in the camp? Because are they going to see just activities with the ball? Are they going to see a little bit of your methodology, the Spanish methodology of doing training and teaching the kids what you just said, all these concepts of space and this and that? What should they expect to see from this futsal camp?
The most important, Nico, the parents must know and the kids must know the small things is the most important. The small things. Maybe when the parents see me about the body position, repeat. For me, this concept is very important because it's the basic, to improve after the pass, the control, the movement, the everything, This is very important. These small things is not only in futsal, also in soccer. For example, now soccer is all the things press height, press height, keeper to the ball, pass the ball. In my sport, we always press the ball in a small space. So these small details about the methodology, the parents gonna see me about, not only body position, the control, oriented control. I mean, when I receive the ball, my control must be very good to follow the play. Follow the play. If I receive the ball, stop in the same place, in the same space, my control is not good because I'm going to receive the press. It's like in attack. Why I give the pass if I don't have press? Why? Keep the ball. Possession is very important, Keep the ball. When you receive, feint, pass, and attack the back for this movement, And the parents must understand, the kids must know the game. I mean, they must understand which is the futsal. Also the soccer, they must understand the game. The game. Why I give this pass? Why I go there? Why I receive here? Which is my rival? My rival is left, is right? My rival is height, is small? Maybe my rival is the best player in the rival? This situation is with time. If you understand the game, if you understand the small thing, concept, the kids gonna improve with time, of course. It's very difficult in your case, December, January, February. It's very difficult in 3 months, one training week per week, It's very difficult, but with time, is the parents understand the futsal gonna help the kids in the soccer, they gonna understand the kids must play much more futsal in the time, you know. This is very important. I know maybe the mentality is not easy understand this, but my experience is a lot of countries like that. When I was to England, in England it's very difficult change the brain. English people, I love them, but it's very difficult. But with time, guys, understand this situation, this concept. And after I won 3 times the league and 2 times FA Cup with 7 English players, 7. So it's time, it's confident. I think the methodology is very good, but the parent must confident. In these 3 days in the camp, of course, we're gonna work. We're gonna work very, very, very hard. And of course, the kids gonna enjoy, but the kids gonna learn which is the futsal, why is my movement, why Chema told me about the space, about the time, why? I gonna repeat. I gonna ask them, why you change there? Why you pass the ball? I think it's very good. Ask them. And the brain, why, how, what? The brain must think, you know. In my opinion, I don't like robots to play futsal. I don't like robots. I don't like, okay, pass. Why pass? Why you go there? For example, in Korea, the players, it's like culture. In Korea, you must tell them, you must go there, change there, back there, because they culture, they need to, it's like in Japan, they don't think too much because the culture,
very structured.
yeah, it's like
Very
military,
very
you know, it's like military. So
yes.
my time with Korea player, it's okay, guys, don't worry. I Spanish. Change your mentality. Take the ball and think. Why? No, think. No worry. You can have mistake. The kids in USA in your academy must know they can make mistake. No problem. Mistake, no worries. Because if you had mistake, you're gonna learn about this mistake. You're gonna learn. It's like in maths, you know, in science, in the school. Okay, this exercise is not good. Okay, but you're gonna learn. Learn. Never, Chema. One mistake. What happened? What happened with this pass? No. Don't worry at all. You had this mistake. Okay, you had the mistake. No worry, you learn. You learn and you learn. And that's it. This is the time.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned this particular detail about Korea, that being very, very structured, you know, because, and then you said you also coached in England. So my question is going to be basically a similar problem that, in my opinion, a challenge that we have in the U.S., we micromanage the players. Every time they step on a futsal court and a soccer field, we always tell them what to do. Pass, do this, do that, come back. Everything is so. As the kids are playing, which I tell a lot of the parents, think about you going to your job and having your kids come to you and always telling you what to do. Okay? Because you see things outside the field, outside the court, different angle, different distance from the player, your kid being on the court, on the field. So you see something different than your player. By the time you shout out what they should do, you confuse. Okay, so the creativity of a player, in my opinion, in the U.S. suffers because, number one, kids want to please mom and dad. Number two, they want to please the coach, right? And of course, they want to please themselves and have fun. So they all confused. So it becomes more difficult. Yeah. So you say now that in Japan, that they're very, very structured. You mentioned that in England, okay, they have a football mentality. So how were you able to allow them to be creative? Because I one of the things that I always yell, you know, tell them on the court is always be creative. Show me something. I don't want to tell you what to do. Be creative. Show me that you're thinking. It doesn't matter if it's wrong or right. There is no wrong or right in soccer or in futsal. So talk to me a little about and to our parents. How can we create more creative players on the futsal court and on the soccer field?
Very easy. Our job, like coach, is in the training. In the training, we must stop the training, speak with the player, and teach them about the concept. In the match, very word is very important, and we forget many times. The kids must enjoy in the match. It's very important enjoy. The result, okay, I understand. All the people like to win, of course. But if lose, what happened? What happened? They must enjoy. I think it's difficult, okay, enjoy, but we lost. No, because the kids must play with calm, with confidence. The mommy and dad, because I dad also, my kids play futsal 16 years ago. Always, when I was him to play futsal in the tribune, I hide, he never see me. When finish the match, you enjoy? Did you enjoy, Hugo? Did you enjoy, my son? Yeah. The score, okay, because the player, the kids receive stress. Mommy, daddy, pass. The coach, pass the ball. And what happened with the ace? What happened with the air? What happened with the brain? The player in soccer and futsal must use air and brain. If they receive these stimulus in English, I think stimulus is like
stimulate,
like information, pa. How is possible the brain take all this information and after take very good decision? It's impossible. Mommy, pass the ball. Daddy, shoot. And the coach, don't lose the ball. And the kids like this, what happened here? Play soccer, play football, no robot. The coach in the match, okay, no worries. Change, okay, support, go. Come on, you can. Like support. I know it's difficult because the coach and parents and the kids like to win. Of course, I know, but in this period, in the formation, the kids need to play with calm, without stress, because it play without stress, it's like in a streak, like friends. For example, in my academy here, we use you play futsal like you play with your friends. That's it. The score after said, okay, we win. Okay, we lose. No worries. The next time we improve. Because it's not after, maybe the kids said to the parents, I don't like to play more times futsal. I don't like to play soccer. Why? Because when I play, I feel scared. And our idea, our job like coach, this kid like to play futsal or soccer many years. Enjoy in the field, enjoy in the pitch, enjoy play futsal. After the score, okay, it's important. The parents said, oh, we lose. No worries. Your kid is happy. Yes, okay, this is very good for us because they like to play futsal and soccer the next week. This is the most important. I know maybe my mentality is a little different or very different, like normal in not only in USA, in many countries, even in Spain, in some clubs. But I think the kids, okay, in the training, improve. No, this is not good. Change the situation, support. Ask them about this. But in the competition, in the match, in the league, okay, support. Instruction, okay, but it's not possible. It's like PlayStation. Pa 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 shoot. Pa 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 pass. Pa 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 pa. Not possible. I mean, the best player in the world in soccer, in futsal, they use this. Lionel Messi, for example, they play futsal when kids. Neymar, Ronaldinho, Iniesta, Xavi, after they play soccer, the brain, they use the neck, look, air, brain, everything. We need this situation in the match. The kids get this information and they process in the brain and very fast take decision. It's not easy, of course, but I think our job like coach is not only training like pass, like shoot. No. We must work this and mentality, hard mentality. We are losing, no worries. We're going to recuperate. My experience around the world in 6-7 different countries, I was working with a lot of mentality. USA for sure is different, like England, like Australia, like Indonesia, like Russia, for sure. But the mentality must be hard, with intensity, with fight, with hard mentality. That's it. This is my methodology, and this is my experience like coach in this futsal.
Well, it's from the other countries you described, US is very much like it, like in England, and we want more from our kids. We want it more, as parents, as coaches. We want to make our kids very, very good, and we give them too much instead of allowing them to play and be creative and figure it out. I'm not going to give you the solution. Figure it out. Solve the problem, and you tell me. And maybe if you don't tell me the first time, you get it wrong. Maybe the second time, maybe the third, but you get it right. So it sounds to me like we're not the only country that that has those kind of issues. During the summer, we were in Portugal, and it's funny that you said about the kids playing, because we got to Portugal on Friday afternoon, and within an hour, some of our kids went to the parking lot. It was a school close by where the futsal competition was happening, and they found a bunch of boys, no English, no nothing, and they were just playing. So guess what? Within half hour, they're all playing together. No English, mostly Portuguese, but they played. And they, like you just said, they play on the street. They had a blast. They had fun. I went there with a camera and I was videotaping to show the parents, look, you just gotta let them play. They'll figure out. So the next question is, I know you got some videos you might want to share with us. Maybe you give us a little idea, about how you do things, and what can the parents, what the parents will see in the camp. So the floor is yours. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you different videos, about maybe some training with the kids. For example, you can see the video?
No, you got to share your screen first.
Yes or not?
Nope, not yet.
Not yet?
Nope.
Why not yet?
You got to click the share button, and then there you go. Now we got you.
Now?
We can see now.
For example, this exercise is without ball, it's a small concept. It's movement without ball. No ball now. It's like mirrored. Two-player movement, you see, feint, change direction, without ball. In futsal, no play only the player with ball. In futsal, in soccer also, you must movement without ball. And in my concept, in this movement, is like a mirror, and they might change direction. You see, for example, body position. You see, now we change. For example, now the player with beats go to right, and you can see with the player change the body because his position is very good to change. His lateral position, for example, is different, and they can follow him. They change another time, and this concept is without ball, for example. Also, for example, like dribbling, a lot of exercise, a lot of exercise in this situation, like dribbling in all the pitch, in 1-to-1, sometimes it's 2 against 1 in a small space. I make exercise is very small space. In very small space, all the people you see, not only your rival, you must see the different player in the small space. For example, in dribbling, and also, for example, block. We work a lot of situation in futsal with block. Now is block indirect. They looking for block opponent, and the player with ball take advantage about this block. It's like because I make many exercise with duality. You see, go to block, take advantage, this space and time, attack the ball, and the space is free, and go straight to the goal.
Can I ask you something that maybe you can clarify and explain to everybody? A block in futsal is same thing as in basketball. You post the men and you block, and Can you do the same thing in soccer if you just stand still in front of a player to make your teammate go around? Is that a foul in soccer?
It's foul.
Is that a foul in soccer?
If
you just stand still, if you stand still, if you get in front of an opponent and you allow your teammate to go around, is that a foul?
Yeah, but it's similar like in basketball. If you take the space and you stay stop, you receive the block. You don't move. It's totally different if you go and you move.
Yes. So you do the same thing in soccer?
Yeah.
You can do the same thing in soccer because
of course. For example, in Spain, it's very normal in the corner. It's very normal block to receive the ball and finish the corner. It's very normal. No, very very normal. This exercise, for example, is very good to control and pass with 2 balls. You see, I work many situations like that. Like movement, you see, all the people must see 2 balls. So they use the neck, they use the ace, they use the air, because it's 2 balls. And they receive this pass. And they must control the ball and pass, and they must see 2 balls. So they must concentration in this task, and you repeat. This, for example, in soccer is very normal. It's like triangle in the middle of the field. It's very similar. In futsal, it's very fast in a small space, and you repeat. This is the first part, and after I put much more difficult tasks. I mean, with the kids control this exercise. After I had 3 parts. The first is easy, middle, and difficult, When they control easy, middle. When they control middle, difficult. And they're going to improve in each exercise, And after, of course, a lot of situations, for example, this is when they play normal, In this task, for example, the defense individual, they must press the ball in a small space, and also when they pass the ball, they must move. In our sport, it's very normal. For example, in soccer, is when you pass, you stay in the same space. In futsal, when you pass, move, pass and move, pass and move. we had much more mobility. Now in soccer, when one team press the ball, sometimes I see the player when pass stay in the same place. So remember, space and time, space and time. So when you pass, movement, feint, and attack the space free. It's like in this exercise, for example, the defense is individual, and you might use different concept, movement, pass, and take advantage, space free. This is technical training, and also, for example, with woman also, this is very normal system in Spain. This is 4-0, is movement without ball. It's like triangle in attack, the first movement without ball, and after we put the ball in the same. Always the player with the ball has two players to receive the pass. Is system 4-0, is start the system 4-0. It woman, for example, in rotation, you see, they offer in the center and they move in the center. At the woman with the ball always have two players to pass the ball, for example, and you repeat, and after when they use this movement, they after very fast, and when you play, your movement in futsal is with a lot of mobility, for example. And a lot of, many situations. Also, I had training with keeper, for example, because I work a lot of with keeper. I don't know, in our camp, for example, this is training with professional keeper, This is very normal training in a Spanish keeper. This movement is very normal, Use the leg, use the arm open, use the chest to stop, always the face looking for the ball, and we training this technique specifically for the goalkeeper a lot of time. And also now this has, because in futsal it's very normal, pass the ball keeper, and I like to work this pass, Also, in all my training, the keeper training some technique like player, because now in futsal, also in soccer, the goalkeeper is like a player, take the ball many times, Now is with the hands, but normal they training like in the task before. You can see training also the keeper like player, the same. For example, in this is very normal. You can see here the keeper and the keeper training like player. I tell them start, very easy, and after, you see, now I support them, I ask them, which is your movement, which is your position, and after they understand step by step which is your movement. This is 7, 8, 9 years old, this thing, So keeper also, this is a walk, control and pass, control and pass, control and pass, without opponent. After, this is the easy. The middle is put opponent, in this task. And you repeat this situation. And also, for example, if you after can watch in the match, for example, this is real match. In my academy here, all the match, we make a scouting. You can see. This is our team. This is transition, for example. This is 8, 9 years old in this team. Each training and each match, I make a scouting for them. You see, this is the press the ball. You see the press in Spain is very normal. My academy press all the time. And after, during the week, maybe 30 minutes, This is attack in Spanish. Ataque is attack in Spanish, you know. This is movement. You see? Now, attack space free. You see, movement, control, no pass. You see? Open. And they can see which is the good movement. This is set place. This is the goals. Sorry, because I put music for motivate them. And this is the goals, you know, like motivation for them. This is very good press. You know, they recuperate the ball and score. This is my team, impress the ball height. They know this is the jump. They recuperate, transition, and they pass and second post. In futsal, is very good second post. And after they can see which is the mistake, which is the very good things, but never say then about this is mistake. You must improve this. This is my academy and 8, 9, 10 years old. The keeper also will receive goal. The sweeper press, recuperate. They take the position. They press the ball. When they recuperate, they lose the ball. They must come back in transition. And you can see they play all the players. In my academy, it's obligatory. Play all the players. Always. This is very good goal. This is my son, Hugo. And you know, after, if you can see in the, in Elite, in the, for example, this is very good Brazil goal. Bateria, he was my player. Fernandinho. This is top level. Brazil against Paraguay. And after the kids, with time, they can play like them, you know. And also, if you permit, Nico, I like to put you my video about my project, Football Futsal. This is my project, Academy Futsal and Football together. This is my project. I like maybe the kids and the parents can watch, you know, famous players start in futsal, like Neymar, like Ronaldinho, you know. This is the Spanish word. I mean, they start in futsal. I like to play. I enjoy to play futsal. Because many famous players start to play futsal, and after in soccer, in Brazil, in Spain, in Portugal, in Argentina, it's very normal start in futsal. This is Neymar in Santos.
I think Neymar stopped playing soccer at 14 years.
Spanish player. They start in the school to play futsal in this pitch. And after they play with Barca, maybe in the best team, he said it's very good in a small space to play futsal. You had to find ways out. And many famous players. This is my project. Ronaldinho, very famous, starting. They play futsal now many times. And also, you know, this is my academy, many training. This is rotation in my academy with an opposite, attack with pivot, in movement, second pose. and a lot of situation. This is real match. And this is the task, my project, to play futsal and to help in soccer. I had a lot of videos, but we don't have too much time, but I had 1,000 videos for the kids.
Well, I just want the parents to get an idea what's to come, which I think we cover quite a bit of time. And since you offered, I would love to I'm going to take this conversation, share it with some of the parents, and if it's okay with you and you have the time, maybe we can set up another one to invite everybody back, because again, I know that Aaron and I talked about today being election day, so a lot of people who even signed up might have found it difficult to come. So I think that this is great information coming from you, and I think that's something that the parents and other coaches can learn.
Of course.
I think sharing is something that's a very good thing. But if you're okay, we can set up another one and address it, that way. And hopefully, come December, it's going to be. I mean, I know it's going to be a fantastic opportunity for the kids. I know that the numbers that we have so far are very good. A lot of interest, and as I told Aaron, as soon as soccer is over in America, everybody switches to futsal. So I think in the next maybe another week more, until the second week of November, soccer is almost over entirely. And I think in the next 6 weeks until the end of the year, it really becomes futsal. So I look forward to that. I don't know if you want to add something else. I do appreciate your time. I know it's very, very late in Spain right now. And I do appreciate your time that you spend with us. So I don't know if you want to add something before we end this call.
No, to only said thank you so much for you, Nico, for Aaron and Head Sport and National League in Spain. For me, maybe you feel my passion for this sport. For me, futsal in my life, in my passion, I'm very happy to be with you here. I wish to be with you in this important camp on December, not only in this camp, maybe on January, maybe a lot of times. I'm very happy to go to USA because I think it's very important country for my sport, for futsal. I think not only for futsal, for soccer, for sure, I can help the player to play futsal and improve in soccer, for sure. And I am at your disposal, if you need another time, another webinar with more parents, with more kids, for me, no problem at all. I'm free for you. I'm very happy to be in this webinar, and thank you so much for inviting me. And I hope and I wish to see you very soon.
We appreciate you spending the time. And as I said to you before, with the Spanish Futsal League, LNFS, and with the help of Aaron and Go Sports, and we're building something that it's going to be basically every year, more and more. In other words, this is only the first step. This camp is the first step. I truly believe that futsal has a tremendous future in the U.S. because American culture loves action.
Yeah.
And futsal has a lot of action.
Yeah. And futsal never give up. Never. Futsal always fight, always mentality. Futsal is very, very nice sport. And the kids enjoy, not only the kids, I mean also in senior, in young player. Futsal is very, very funny sport. Futsal is very important, the valor, the humility, the honest, everything. I think futsal must be improved and grow a lot of in your country for sure. And you can receive my help in this matter every day, my friend.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. Listen, have a great night in Spain. We appreciate it very much. And we'll be hosting another webinar in the next few days, a week or so, since Chema has offered. And anything else, any other questions that everybody else can just email Aaron do you have anything to say in closing?
No, thank you for your time. And one thing about Chema, he's a great coach, but he's a better person.
Thank you so much. Gracias, amigo.
Yeah. Nico, you love so much futsal. Thank you for your time, and see you in December in your academy for sure.
You got it. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Have a great night, okay? Take
Thank
care.
you, guys.
You.
All
Bye.
right.
Bye. Take care. See you soon.
Bye-bye.